Drugs and alcohol have ruined my life. What is going on, you guys? It is Dollar Cost Crypto here with... Do you want answers? Do you, Sway?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I prefer to take the blue pill and live in an alternate reality of ignorant bliss. Because I hear that's where the stakes are the best. So, you know.
Yeah.
That's my final answer.
Got it. So if I want to be some sort of like famous opera singer or something.
Okay, there you go.
But what's going on, you guys? I am joined today by the one, the only, the blue shirt wearing Cultivate Crypto. What's up, bro?
Hey, I haven't done laundry in a couple days here in Las Vegas. I'll just say, being honest.
What? That's not the path I was going towards, but okay, sure.
Hey, I'm about to travel back home for Christmas, and I mean, the last 2 months has been kind of like all over the place, right? Like,
yeah,
was in Tokyo, then came to Vegas, then went to Miami, then went back to Minnesota. Or I was in Minnesota 2 times before that, and then I came down here and I go back there, and then coming back here in January. So it's like all over the goddamn place. So yeah.
I really feel you on that, because like right before we did the course, we were doing the that whole boxing event and stuff we were doing in New Jersey.
Right.
New Jersey. Down bad, you guys. So yeah, I mean, then we went down to New Jersey to go to what was that place called? Atlantic City. We flew to Atlantic City. Then I somehow stopped over in Connecticut for a second, and then from there went back to Vegas. Then we flew to Miami.
Yeah. And
then for some reason I got stuck in Arizona for a day.
Oh, right. And you got sick, right?
That was horrible.
Yeah,
horrible,
sucks balls.
Yeah. Traveling a lot. We're traveling a lot, you guys.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I got I travel with just, a few shirts and things like that or whatever. It's like, okay, boom, 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 good. Okay, then go to the next place. Let's go, so just getting shit done. But no, it's good because out in the course or whatever, we got a little bit, chance to kind of what do you call it? Just get into a routine of, talking to the guys, getting through, all what's happening with crypto. So it's it's awesome because even though we've been traveling a lot, still been keeping up with crypto and everything. And yeah, man,
crypto doesn't
things
sleep.
Looking bright.
Yeah, it doesn't sleep and stuff. Yeah. I mean, shout out to everybody right here, man. Shout out to Angry Twinkie, Black Label X-Pac, Crypto Con Man. Did the Hexagon beat Drake clone? Yes, he did. Isaiah Levy. It's been a while since I've caught a live. Missed out on getting in the course. Glad y'all still putting in that sauce for the masses. Appreciate y'all. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, man, like, hey, you guys, welcome to the AMA. Well, we'll answer just about anything except seed phrases and passcodes and current location and stuff like that. So make sure file in your questions. Obviously, we do super chats. We read those first above anything else.
Oh yeah.
And
DCC's got to get his pizza money.
oh, the pizza money, pizza money. I actually, speaking of that, today I ate the most. I just went to this one I saw something on Instagram. And I was like, fuck it, let me go to this Instagram spot. And it was like a pizza. It was like a pizza cone filled up with spaghetti and meatballs and shit.
Okay.
Ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. Except I don't know, the pizza. The pizza's whatever.
Yeah. Was it easy to eat?
No.
That's what I thought.
Fucking difficult. Like, that was top tier. Like I spilled nothing on myself and stuff. That was rolling that 20.
It's like Ali but gets pizza.
Yeah. I was on the ropes, not one hit.
Bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, man. But man, I'm glad like we're back to our regular schedule program more or less and stuff. But in terms of like our scheduling and stuff like that, we're really going to get back in the groove of things once we're past kind of New Year's.
Yeah, we're back to the program, just not the regular scheduled one yet.
Right. And we're joined today by the young Jamie. Oh, I mean Travis.
L'chaim.
Jesus rocks.
It's Jews.
Oh,
Jews rock.
Wow!
Okay.
Wow!
Come on, man.
Wow!
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna crucify you.
Jesus.
Jesus!
There's so much going on right there.
Leave it to the jewelers.
Oh, it's cool.
Hey, they'd be making some good money on Jada here.
Hey, I'm a jeweler. Actually, as a matter of fact, I took some of these blood tests, sir, and I've got more Native American blood than Pocahontas.
Well, yeah, that's going somewhere.
And that's Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, I know. That chick, she's been, I think, coming up with some. I don't know if I mentioned this on stream, but we were talking about it before or whatever. Like, one of the things she proposed recently on, like, the bills or for crypto regulations and stuff was essentially for digital assets, so not cryptocurrencies, but everything, right, including central bank digital currencies. So digital assets, basically she wants essentially what amounts to a no privacy act when it comes to your digital assets, because you're basically a terrorist if you try to, hide how much money you send to, pay your gas bill or whatever, right? So, yeah, it's just kind of interesting. I think she's taking advantage of people who basically don't understand what digital assets are, what cryptocurrencies are, what central bank digital currencies are. They have no idea what any of this stuff is.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, yeah, it's bad because people are getting arrested like Sam Bankman-Fried. And, oh, yeah, don't mind that happens with bankers all the time. And also all the structures that he basically took advantage of to do the crimes that he did were all structures of the centralized traditional financial world, right? They're not necessarily unique to crypto. But, they'll paint that brush out there and then they'll just put some regulation bills out there that will basically take away a lot of your freedom in the future. You don't even know it yet because this industry is so new, right? So, yeah, just pay attention to those things and, call your legislators, everybody who, matters when it comes to crypto and especially central bank digital currencies. I think central bank digital currency legislation is probably way more important than any crypto legislation that can come out, simply because it's going to affect how everybody transacts by the end of this decade. Yeah. And any money you get from the government, whether it's welfare or stimulus or whatever, it's all going to, you're going to have the option. Most people are going to choose the option to receive it in central bank digital currencies. So people need to know about this shit and people need to talk about it, basically.
Definitely. Yeah, but we first have to see the drafting of the bills and stuff and everything like that. Like
right, but you have, like, I think Tom Emmer, he's a guy from Minnesota. I don't know how long he's been serving, but he's been serving a while. And he speaks actually, like, extremely eloquently about crypto. Like, he actually gets it and what digital assets are and what, basically for central bank digital currencies, we need the ability to transact privately just like cash. Yeah. Right? He can talk about all that stuff just fine. Right? So people like that will help to educate the masses, I think, if they do it properly. But people like Elizabeth Warren, she just wants to look like she's winning some sort of, war against a phantom criminal.
Right.
Which is your shadowy supercoders.
How the hell did she get even? How did the hell did she even get elected? That's just crazy to me. Like who votes for who? Like I really think about who votes for these people.
Yeah,
Like,
tell me
seriously,
about
it's
it, right?
I mean, probably no one. It's probably just all fake votes, for being honest and stuff. And then the sheeple is since she won, let's go hang out and do and become a fan and stuff. Just
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've heard. I mean, they're definitely rigged elections. I mean, I haven't trusted a politician or an election for a while now. But that's I guess the pessimistic way to look at it. So it is what it is. But I've heard a few people talk about her positively. But I mean, maybe on some issues they might agree with her. I don't know. I don't know where all her stances are. Just doesn't seem like the type of person I would like to go have a beer with or anything like that. But yeah, it's one of those things where everything she talks. This is actually a litmus test you can do for when you have a certain understanding about crypto, and you see that your politicians who are talking about these certain issues, especially when it comes to crypto, you can kind of use crypto as a litmus test for how much bullshit they're talking about most subjects, because this is probably one of the more difficult subjects for most of them to talk about decently well in like a variety of manners.
Right.
So if they actually are talking about crypto as like a politician or a legislator or a representative, and they're actually doing it pretty well, I would say, okay, they probably actually educate themselves on other issues as well. And they're probably actually good at their job.
Yeah.
But if they just sound like a broken record of whatever comes on the headlines of, most media, then, they just basically are
phoning it in, kind of
puppets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, though.
Yeah. And shout out to Kobe82's fifth night of Hanukkah. That's right.
Isn't there Kwanzaa? Like, what's going on right now? Isn't there like Kwanzaa and all sorts of different Christmases or something?
I don't know. It's not Happy Holidays. It's Happy Christmas.
Yeah. In Japan, they only celebrate New Year's.
Really?
I mean, they have a Christmas, but like nobody. I mean, it's not Christmas. It's the emperor's birthday, I think, on the 23rd. But I think that's changed because they got a new emperor. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. And then
Can you guess what food they eat for Christmas? Can you guess?
KFC, man.
It's KFC.
Yep.
National.
Yeah. If you, you get a lonely girl on Christmas and be like, hey, I'll keep you warm, get her some KFC, you're good.
That's so crazy.
That's serious, bro. It's fucking hilarious.
This is Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like, baby, I got the butter. I got the gravy and grits. I got that cornmeal. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm serious. At the KFC in Japan, like they have these Christmas meals that people reserve a month in advance.
Yep, they stand in line.
Yeah, you go to KFC, they have a whole catalog of different chicken buckets and shit.
Charlie, I'm looking at you real suspect right now.
I swear.
I'm looking at you real suspect.
I'm teaching you about Japanese culture, bro. I swear to God.
You're teaching me about Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Yeah, which is a Japanese culture that basically is like, so here's what they do, right? So they'll take something like, I'm trying to give another example, but they'll just take anything American, right?
Okay.
And then they'll make their own thing out of, Valentine's Day.
Here we go. He's about to tell me church is chicken.
No, just think opposite day.
Really? Like black flowers or something like that? Or
No.
Just nothing?
You don't have to buy anything for the girl. It's on her to buy something for you.
Woo! That's a Pepe right there. Woo! Damn, son. Yeah, you lost me with the Kentucky Fried Chicken, but you brought me back.
But then there's the White Day, which is the opposite, I believe. Something like that. But
Wait, the White Day?
Yeah, it's a month later.
Why do they call it the White Day?
I don't know. Has nothing to do with race, I'll tell you that.
I don't know, Charlie. To Kentucky Fried Chicken, women doing misogyny. I don't know. Like you're leading me down some paths right now that I'm not sure about right now.
Yeah, but they got things set up there all right.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
But let's get to the super chat real quick. CryptoCon man with the $5 super chat. I am wanting to start making crypto content in the beginning of next year. Any tips for starting out? Yeah, man. Definitely just start. Obviously, I mean, the quickest way to start would probably be just downloading StreamYard.
Yep.
And getting yourself a decent, usually a Logitech, some sort of cameras. It just depends on the setup you have, whether you have a laptop or a computer. I'd much rather you start off on a computer than a laptop, but a laptop works perfectly fine.
Right.
I mean, what starter tips would you give somebody?
Yeah, like tablet or laptop,
Yeah.
because you're gonna want to be able to do different functions on a smartphone. A lot of exchanges, they don't allow you to do like different types of limit orders or stuff like that. I mean, maybe you won't use those as a beginner, but just you want to have all the functions possible. So yeah, I would say like it depends on what speed you want, right?
Yeah.
Like right now you have the time, so I would say do a Coinbase, maybe one other exchange like Gemini or something like that, and then also. If you wanted to do it faster, you could go Bitcoin on Cash App and then do another exchange in terms of like what do you call it? Like a exchange where you just need an email, like KuCoin or something like that, right? And then you can send the Bitcoin over there, and then you can change it for the whatever coin you're looking for, either on that platform or elsewhere, like Uniswap or whatever.
Got it.
Yep, that's the quickest way though, because there's a lot of people who have to wait like 2-3 weeks if they do other like Coinbase and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess some other tips like we could probably give them as well in terms of like getting their stuff. Give me 1 second. I got to send this dumb message. So another tips and stuff is just sort of picking out sort of what channel you want to be, whether like you're more TA or more fundamental analysis, on-chain analytics, or you want to be more of a news channel and stuff like that. And that's totally okay. Whatever you choose in the genre. I mean, shit, you could even be like fucking meme reactions if you really want to that are with the crypto slant. Is just once you kind of pick your lane from there, it's basically just picking like a schedule. And this is something that was like Charlie really like is good at and stuff. Is just staying consistent on a schedule.
Oh, you need to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like you just got to get into a habit, get into a system, right, and just you work around that.
Right.
But yeah.
But get started. You just do it.
Yep.
You have to do. I mean, like originally when I started for streaming, I was doing it off a phone.
Yeah.
And then off a tripod.
Yeah, I remember there's a few early moon gangs where you're like sitting on a leather couch at your place in California or whatever.
Casting couch.
Yeah.
That I own.
Yeah, you had something else behind you than the Blastoise or whatever, but there's a video game thing or whatever. But anyways, yeah, it was just kind of simpler times.
So there you go, CryptoCon, man. All right, let's see. Gibbs Sunfest. Let's see. Holy snap, you guys are still doing. Or wait. Holy, you guys still going? Bomb. Cool, man.
I think he's talking from this morning.
Oh, okay.
Stream.
Yeah.
Or this afternoon.
Yep.
That's Crypto Bigfoot. Keep up the great work, fellas. Things are dark in the space. Your streams are appreciated. Hey.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Like I said yesterday on your stream, right? Like saying the word bullish or being like, positive about anything in the market right now is like sacrilege. I think it's like you have to like, what's that thing where you like lash yourself? What I forgot what that's called. That religion.
Those weird ass, not heretics.
But it's like it's in the Da Vinci
fanatics.
Code or whatever. That one crazy dude's doing it, but it's like it's kind of like that in finance.
Flogging?
Yeah, he's like self flogging or something, right?
Self-flatulation.
Sounds about something like that. Sounds a little wrong, but you know what I mean. But like it's one of these things where it's like that's what they want you to do right now if you're a finance person. Like don't talk anything bull market, which I think is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean it's totally freaking ridiculous and stuff like that. I mean it's just like. It's like you're looking. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they just want to abuse you. I mean, mentally, they want everyone to be as negative as possible, so it tricks the most amount of people to dump their coins.
Yeah,
and then they can just
then they buy.
Then they buy.
Yeah.
Oof, you guys. Oof.
Yeah.
Mental warfare, you guys. All right, Lucifer. My only question is when it comes to the Pulse launch, would be waiting on the market to bridge and dip to buy Pulse and PulseX. I don't want a ratio trade instead just use US. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You still are going to do somewhat of a ratio trade because you have to compare the assets against each other a little bit. But if you see like this one's really sold off and it's cheap compared to the other one,
right?
And I'm talking mostly like the three we're mostly talking about is just PHEX, Pulse Chain, or PulseX.
Right.
And of those three, you see like it just depends on how much of a value investor you want to do, or you want to just jump on the trend and catch the one that's pumping.
Right.
And that's just the game you're going to have to play. So no matter what, you aren't going to escape this whole thing of just closing your eyes and just throwing it blindly, which you can do. But it's not the smartest thing to do. But you just have to figure out what's your plan. Do you just want to be in the initial pulse pump, or do you want to catch the low on PulseX and then wait a little while and then?
I like the value investor strategy.
Yeah.
The only thing it requires is patience.
I'm sorry, I'm short on that.
Well, then you're done.
It's over, you guys. Down.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people, if they can just be patient, because it is you always it's like you want that action, right? You want to buy something,
Yeah.
right, all the time. In crypto, a lot of people do that. So yeah, just patient, wait, and then yeah, you get a really nice discount on one, and that's great.
Definitely. Boston Bybit. Hey, Dollar Cost Crypto. Thanks for answering the question in the PulseX chat. Sure. I don't even remember what I answered, but I probably answered it. Cool. All right. Okay. Crypto Bigfoot Baby Jesus jokes are welcome to. Wait, what? All right. Kobe82. What's the bottom level for a hex at is it a 2 cents flat or is it lower? Interesting. Well, if we don't get any, if we don't start getting any news or like the test net's even closer, the test net does look like it's a lot closer now. But if by like mid-January we're not getting any news and stuff like that, we're probably gonna head lower. I mean, like we're probably, we're gonna head lower. Yeah.
Well, here's the interesting thing about that in terms of timing with the macro and what's happening with Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? So Bitcoin, Ethereum come into a 60-day cycle low, right, in the first half, let's say, of January, most likely. So I think the first or second week of January or the very, very end of this year, one of those, if we do get like a big dump on Bitcoin or Ethereum or both, it depending on how it really just is every time we have a pretty substantial dump on one of those, you just kind of have to wait and see, okay, how did Hex react, right? The more times it holds up on that, the better. So if it can hold up on that by the time we get to mid-January, then I think it probably will hold. So it just really depends on where it is at. But yeah, I mean, I would agree with you in terms of like where I would look for below where, if it were to go down below 2 cents. But yeah, it could get real
kind of hairy,
risky. Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be like I think it's gonna support itself at above 2 cents, but you could probably put a limit order for like 1.9 cents and catch it.
Yeah, or 1.87 something. Yeah, but yeah, then at that point you're just trying to see if you can get something or not.
Right. Hey, be able to DCA, man. I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so let's keep going. Okay, Joey. Question: how do you find out your portfolio totals? I didn't keep written records. Damn. So I'm confused now.
You have to go back and do a lot of work there, Joey.
Damn. How to find the history of transactions I've made on the web, all in money put into crypto so far. And well, the all in money is a little easier because you can just on the exchange see how much money that's kind of left your bank account.
Right.
Whether you bought that one, it's a lot easier to kind of calculate because it's just dollars in basically. And then from there, you could roughly just through that because you're mostly onboarding probably I would imagine through Coinbase. Then you just add up all the Ethereum you've essentially bought, and then from there you kind of have like a rough total of what you had so far, and then you kind of look at the rest of your portfolio and see what you have left.
Right.
And then you're like, wow, I lost a lot of it, or actually like I have it all, but I'm just down bad or up a little bit, and so that's the easiest way to kind of figure it out. But you're gonna have to do some investigation work.
Okay. Yeah. And, yeah, I remember doing some of this, back in 2018, after I was like in crypto for a year. I was like, oh, fuck, And like, it's not a fun time, but like, you'll learn a lot as well.
Definitely. Black Label Expat, DCC, what do you think of Caroline's plea deal for fraud?
Yeah.
She committed no fraud, bro. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, she's going to take anything she can get at this point.
110 years. Damn.
That would not be fun.
Yeah, she flipped. But then she also, the thing is, like, a lot of people who don't know the story think, like, oh, but Sam put that position of power. No, I think the families put her in that position of power. No,
both of them.
On both of them. Like, I stand by this thing. I think it was an arranged Jewish marriage. Shout out, Travis.
Gang.
No, can I ask you something? Like all right.
Yo.
Okay. Damn, I almost said I was like, I'm my own Jew now.
Honorary Jew.
Sheesh, getting canceled. No, but like all jokes aside and stuff, have you ever heard in the Jewish religion, like, is there actually some people like that actually still have like arranged marriages?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And pretty much in Christianity it happens.
Yeah.
But mostly in like places like India where it's not like religion based. It's just culture based.
Like caste a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think obviously these people, I mean, the family's very well off, very high level, really high level and stuff like that. I mean, literally Columbia and MIT.
Yeah.
Like, damn, and then yikes. So and then Sam's family is like Silicon Valley money as well on top of that. So we're talking about some pretty powerful families. So I mean, I don't think it's probably more of just like how people used to get married back in the day for like political alliances.
Well, I mean, they're not even married. They're just basically working together and then friends with benefits.
I think they were heading towards marriage.
Well,
at some
probably
point.
heading towards, but ain't happening now.
It ain't happening. It's a
I
little-
can tell you that much.
all the polycule and all this. Yikes! Bro.
Well, and yeah, just,
Imperial Chinese harem. Rolo would be here like freaking out, like saying everything sitting right there. But yeah, she flipped on them. But just normally we probably put the blame on Sam. Like, Sam, you put her in that position, dum. But no, she got put into that position. They both got put in that position. So I don't think he had as much control over that situation than he did. And then this is something that I was having a talk with a couple people earlier about that. We're thinking that maybe the person that was really cracking the whip to make sure shit was going on was the second in command, Sam, the other Sam.
Sam 2.0.
Yeah, Sam 2. Was it? I always have trouble with his last name.
Yeah, I've said on Twitter a bunch of times I never try to pronounce it, to be honest.
Chuparocini.
Something like that.
Yeah, Chuparocini and shit.
Chabowski or something.
Chabrowski. Jabroni.
the FTX jabroni.
Yeah, I mean, he equally donated to the Republicans as well.
Just, where is he at right now?
He fucked off like 3 months before it blew up.
To where? Oh, he quit the job?
He quit.
Oh, okay.
He quit and left. He's like, I think, I just, who
Oh,
knows?
when's he coming up? Because it's like, in this drama, right? It's like, it gets interesting and then it kind of dies down a bit. It's like, okay, new character, boom. So when's this character coming out in public view? It'd be interesting.
Oh my god, here's the troll right here. Okay. Jack out of the box. Is ICP really legit? BitBoy been hyping it up lately. Want to be down bad?
Well, I would say, if you've been watching DCC's channel long enough, right, you will have the required recipe or understanding of what needs to happen in order for a coin to succeed.
Right.
So if you haven't, I would say, for the next 2 weeks, watch Dollar Cost Crypto, watch Cultivate Crypto, and watch it religiously, figure out our pattern with that, and you'll figure out why ICP is a piece of trash.
Yeah.
But, it's a good question. It's definitely a worthwhile question because, there are a lot of times when people out there start shilling a coin. But, who's getting the money?
Right.
Right? Andreessen Horowitz and BitBoy, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Allegedly.
And Andreessen Horowitz, pretty much did cash out pretty big on that. I think pretty much the $800 million that they took in profits, they just flipped it into a new fund.
Right. So think about it. Hey, the price is down bad.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting towards the new year. We need some action. Hey, BitBoy, we'll give you $50,000 to mention this, $100,000 to mention this. We'll make, a couple million, a few million, right? And then they'll dump on some plebs again.
Damn.
Happy New Year.
Dude, ICP was such a crazy story because it was just like Andreessen Horowitz, and so it was like, imagine it like the news articles, right? Andreessen Horowitz's public wallets have sold over $800 million of ICP since the Coinbase launch, and then literally 4 hours later, Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z Capital, has announced that they're funding a new $800 million fucking fund. So I've never seen that blatant. It was so blatant. It was like, hey, we just dumped on all the retail's $800 million of tokens, and then 4 hours later, yo homies, we're launching a new fund of $800 million. What the fuck?
Hey, but it came from over here, not directly from over there, right?
Yo,
but...
it wasn't even jingling the keys and trying to steal the money back. They just went dumbass.
Oh,
damn, down bad.
You know what? I bet you when they came up with it, they were like, "What can we think of that's just a troll, but nobody will ever know?" All right, let's call it ICP for Insane Clown Posse. But what can we make it instead to make it actually sound legit? Okay, internet clown. No, not clown. Okay, internet computer protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Yeah.
And so there we go. That's what we're going with. All right, let's pump it up this bastard. So I'm pretty sure that's what the board meeting was before, Yeah.
All right, man. Shout out to Timothy James McCarr. Potential price on Gala, or is it dog shit?
Where is it now?
It's at two. No, I'm sorry. It's at 1.9 cents.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's basically retraced back to almost where we're looking at. We were looking at it at a half a cent.
I thought it was, okay. I need to see the chart in that because I was thinking it might be below where we initially were looking at it from.
No, I remember specifically we were looking at it. It was under a penny.
Okay.
We were looking at it was about half a cent, and then it pumped to a penny, and then we're like, all right, once it retraces back to 80% of a penny, and then just kept running.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
never
I remember that.
We told everyone in the course, hey, you guys, you should probably buy some Gala. And then we're like, me and Charlie, were
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
we're waiting for the first little retrace, and we're buying this bitch never retrace. It just pumped to 81 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much at that spot right now. You're right. So,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, now's not a bad time at all. I think, if anything,
What's the market cap on this thing currently?
I would say maybe you get like 1.8 cents on it. Maybe, is that really? 0.02, right? Where's
You want to man the laptop for this one?
No, it's just like
Okay.
the area where it's getting support is not too far off from where it's at. So like, yeah, it's just interesting because like this area right here basically is right supporting the area right here.
Yeah.
If it goes down any further, it's like maybe down to these lows that it had in the summer of 2021, which would be maybe like a penny if you're lucky. So if you get anywhere under a penny, like I think you're doing really well.
It's going to try to hold on for dear life at a penny, though.
I think it's going to try to hold the current area, and like definitely try to hold a penny for sure, or maybe a little bit, or a decent chunk above.
This coin, I do think this coin is going to do something special, right? But they got, I think the people at Gala and stuff like that, they got a little. They're not in hot water because they're kind of like rugging themselves already. But I think they set up the whole foundation of the business and company and the coin kind of wrong. And they're just backtracking and putting like, hey, this coin's worthless. We plan to never do nothing with this thing. And I don't think that's the case at all.
Right.
But it was like I think they just caught themselves in sort of like how Uniswap caught themselves, except Uniswap's so much bigger that people are paying attention to that.
Right.
Where Gala I think is going under the radar and getting away with it.
Yeah, I would say 50% chance it comes back. Right, I mean, you really can't know.
It's never 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but like as long as the team is still working, I think it'll come back. But if the team's not working, yeah, it's gonna struggle a bit. But I did say if it goes below 4 cents, right, it's gonna start to have a harder time coming back. So I think I would say Gall is probably a coin that sometime around, and this is like if I'm gonna give a point of reference here, but like what it might sound like I'm picking the number at random, but I would say like. Yeah, early 2024, right, going into the Bitcoin halving, basically, that'll be a good time because what happened in the last cycle, going from the bottom was at the end of 2018, right, and then we had another basically down move at the beginning of 2020, right, so about a year and a half later. So generally speaking, it takes about a year and a half for that accumulation phase where it's going to kind of like stay at the lows. So like, yeah, if you're a long-term holder of it, and you're fine like holding it and it basically not doing much in price action for a year and a half,
right,
and maybe adding to the position dollar cost average, cool. But if you're just like looking for a move on it, right, I would buy Ethereum instead. Wait until you see some spicy action on Gala or some altcoins, maybe around that early 2024 phase, and then go from there.
Yeah, if you can't hold, I mean, some of these coins are just not going to like. We'll buy the bottom on them, and then they'll pump up a little bit, and then from there they're just going to do nothing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them are just going to like just be dead weights in the portfolio.
Yeah.
And but this is literally how I felt when I was holding Cardano. It was like, what am I doing with this much money at the time? I mean, for me at the time, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, and your story with Dogecoin as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like Mana as well.
Yep.
Like there's all these coins and stuff that like some of them just have like at that last like I would say. Last quarter of the bull market, they just, launch.
Yeah.
Launch. Like, if you had told me, like, I had, like, how the fuck do you, like, how do you look at the crystal ball and decide, like, Elon Musk is going to, like, go full on into Dogecoin? I'm like, yeah, right, bro. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. Well, at least he didn't get into, what do you call it, like, I don't know, OMG or something like that. At least he chose a good coin with a good community.
Down bad. Can you imagine? All right, Lilo DOGG. Maxine Waters looking like Tales from the Crypt.
Yikes.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, Isaiah Levy. The future Pulse Chain launch. I'm thinking Richard's going to wait for that massive dip on BTC and then crypto market in general. The future. In the future, so he can launch close to the bottom. Your thoughts? Yeah, basically, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. And it probably has a little bit more to do as well with like the pausing of the interest rates as well.
Yeah,
with that and stuff, because he just recently said that. So,
yeah, that's a more realistic target too, because like we know that price is a moving target, but in terms of what's affecting the price, right? That actually has some winding down that you can start to see.
So Mr. Angry Twinkie says KFC. That's it.
Yeah,
All right, Adam, would you buy an HSI with more T-shares or buy a native steak with a worse T-share rate if the cost is the same? I would buy. Well, let's see. If you're doing a 555, sure, I think it's better to do the HSI just because I think you get a better deal. But if you're trying to buy a 10, if you're like, you can't buy, like, I literally, go look. I dare you, go find me a 7-year HSI. Go find me an 8-year. Sure, one small one might exist here and there and stuff like that, but like, they're all 555s and stuff, right? And then I know it's about stacking T-shares, but it's also about when does the money hit your fucking wallet.
yeah,
At the end of the day, so this is why like income ladders or ladders and stuff. The reason it's like that is so you're able to take some advantage of it every single year,
yep,
or twice a year, or 4 times a year, where however you end up like splicing it down. And so native stakes all the way.
yeah.
Yeah. For the 555s, sure, yeah. If you can have a couple, that's fine. That's not a problem. But like, if you're seriously trying to make a portfolio and stuff like, you need a native stake in Hex, 100%. All right, Lilu's like buckets on buckets. Lol. A lot of LOLs in here. Anthony has a question for you. Do they have coupons for KFC?
Yes. They have actually a lot of them. I think you could in that booklet you can grab from the front of KFC when you walk in. Yeah. I think there's a big cardboard cutout of the Colonel, and he adds like the menus. You can grab one about a month and a half in advance and be like, okay, I'm gonna make the plan of how to get the best KFC bucket for Christmas, man. And like you're really planning out. You get there and you order it, and boom, I got my KFC. But if you wait until Christmas Day, SOL, down bad.
It's like fucking my head up that you're saying KFC's status symbol in Japan.
No, it's not status. It's just what do they think Western people eat for Christmas? They see people like ham and turkey. Well, we don't really have a lot of ham and turkey in our meals. So what do we got? Well, they eat KFC too, right? And actually, I think it was in the 90s or maybe it was the 80s, but KFC did a advertisement in relation to Christmas as well, and so people identified the two coming together, and they were just like, "Yeah, we'll do that,"
Got it.
Yeah, and then KFC made a shit ton of money off of it, so they keep perpetuating it.
Up big. We're just not gonna.
Yep.
That's hella funny. Okay, let me go to the next comment.
I wonder what it's like in like 1,000 years. Is it going to be like deified, like the KFC gods bestowed upon us the drumstick?
Depends how far down in idiocracy we go.
Pretty far, man. All right. Damn, I lost my place here. Let me go find it. Okay. So, Boston Bybit, let's see, dollar cost crypto. Is it not the case that due to the greater size of the sacrifice to PulseX that we will see a greater pump to Pulse gas token off the rip? Yes, yeah. Yeah, more than like, it's just whatever you don't have, people are going to try to get it. So, a lot more people have PulseX than Pulse Chain. So, there's going to be some rejiggering there.
Yeah, by the time people figured it out, right?
Yeah. Let me keep going. Bum ba ba bum ba dum ba bum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. Jesus, I literally lost my place. Oh, here we go. Fudge and finally. All right. Let's see, Mr. Moonman West. I kind of want to stream on crypto, but seeing the Hex streamers get SEC letters makes me nervous. Bros, trust. It's starting to become kind of a little bit of a nothing burger. Yeah. Not nothing.
Does that
burger.
make?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna do a troll.
Oh.
Yeah.
You start knowing what's going on in the background, but it is scary. No, regardless or not, because like they had to get lawyers in order to.
Yeah. It's one of these things where, just the premise was wrong in terms of the lawsuit, so that it's not gonna win. So,
Let's see. Okay, CryptoCon man, do you think a good indicator for the bottoms will be MT Gox paying back its customers?
Well, it could create a bottom for sure. Like we've been watching the Mt. Gox wallet hasn't sold any Bitcoin over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Where it could.
He's like, I guess it's rumored that it will happen in January, beginning of February. I mean, good.
It's been rumored to be happening since August.
Yeah.
So we'll see someday.
Let's keep going. Okay. Dekung's her. Do you think BTC will bottom, or do you think that it will? Do you think the recession will still happen in 2023?
The recession will still happen in 23, and Bitcoin will bottom. We need like some sort of like a button for that. That was good.
Oh,
Because like getting both, man. We're
Yeah.
getting both. And I think these people like there's people that are like so what do you call it? Binary. They're like
Yeah.
it's either gonna happen like if it doesn't compute for a lot of people. We're in a recession. How can we have a bottom?
right.
Right.
Yeah, but it would make total sense. So.
I'm just saying most people,
Yeah.
right? Because like the idea of it, like most people don't have a financial education, right? And so when they hear bad things, they go bad. Well, then it can't be good, right? So that's pretty much the extent of the smooth brains there.
Yo, we down bad, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's just most people I talk to, right? Like that's about the level of it is, but like what not, and it is what it is. But I would say it's not their fault, right? It's the education system's fault. But anyways, like, what do you call it? Probably, I mean, real estate's the last to bottom,
Yep.
right? So that I mean, if you're looking at the market that way, that might be a little bit different.
All right, Eddie, Miguel, thoughts on Pulse Chain domains, EOS fork for Pulse Chain? It's you might get a little bit, but it's like
EOS?
no, ENS.
Oh,
the
okay.
Ethereum
Ethereum name service. I thought you said EOS. I was like, are you kidding me? But ENS maybe, yeah.
It might have a nice initial pump. It's gonna have like 1 or 2 pumps and stuff, but I think it's not gonna perform that well because I don't even think like really the Ethereum naming service is doing even that well anyway, even on Ethereum. Like literally, and then the main thing that they're pushing with that is like you don't get a commercial adoption. Like all these companies, like if Matic's the only one that's even onboarding anybody into crypto and stuff in terms of like name brand companies.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, like if we're lucky, we'd be getting those kind of like clients in 4 or 5 years if things went really well. Like we're just hitting everything out, but like that's so far away. I mean, like you'd make more money concentrating your money into some other stuff. Now, if you're getting it for free, sure, free coins and just dump it later. But I think there's gonna be better pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, the hurricane had drawn in Icosa all day. Yes, sir. J. Lou, my fault. What's the benefits of staking Hex on Hedron besides mints? You basically get
Leverage.
Oh, I mean besides the mints and stuff like that. I mean it's just basically you just take your Hex and then you make these stakes and stuff and you get Hedron off that stake. You basically take your Hex, you get the yield off of that, and then from there you can choose to pay back your loan or not if you want to. If not, then it just goes into the auction and stuff. So you can kind of get rid of stuff that way. Interesting. Okay, CryptoCon, man. How did SBF make a $250,000 bail? That's insane. You want to handle that one, Charlie?
Quarter billion.
$250,000 bail.
Yeah. Well, apparently, I mean, I heard this from you. I haven't substantiated it, right? Like, apparently, right? They got they used their house as collateral, right? Like what you said it was worth 27 million, something like that.
Like 27 million. Yeah. So usually with bail and stuff, 10%. The 10% is really what you put up front, and then people usually put like either if it's cheap, right? It's like they put cash, or a lot of this is where it gets really predatory. They start putting down like their car or their house, and then sometimes like this is where it's really fucked up. But you can really mess up an entire family. Now, what Sam did some illegal shit, of course, but I'm just talking about in general. Like I don't like that system at all because like that money just goes into the prisons and doesn't really even like doesn't like with this right with financial fraud right that quarter. Let's just say he had to pay that $250 million off, right? $250 million off. The money doesn't even go to the fucking people who got ripped off. It goes to the fucking court system or like the supposed justice system or like or the private prison empire or whatever. Like it doesn't even go to the people that hurt. So it's just down bad, you guys. I don't like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to put him behind bars. It isn't a simple process with all that bureaucracy.
Oh, of course.
But
now, I'm not saying that don't take a look. Like if they take a little lick, like we're taking 30% off the top.
Yeah, but they definitely make it worth it for them.
Definitely.
More than worth it for them.
All right. Well, will the Telegram class teach me how to get into Pulse? Telegram class.
Oh, I think they're talking about the Citadel.
Oh, the Citadel. Well, you guys, the Citadel is
or
awesome.
maybe the core side, one of the two. But yeah.
But yes, the Telegram class will teach you how to get into Pulse Chain. Yeah, once it launches, we will be having flash webinars on all that stuff. So definitely we will have like little how-to guides and sort of like best practices once it launches, but it has to launch.
Yeah.
Like my lunch. All right, let's keep going. Pause. BitBoy said it's solid. Fuck off. Oh man. All right, here's Charlie. Here's a good one. What's the best GameFi coin in your opinion, Charlie?
GameFi coin?
Yeah, it says GameFi coin.
Interesting.
In your opinion, yeah. Shout out to Chris.
I mean, I like Illuvium in terms of just like my favorite GameFi project right now.
Yeah.
Right? Just because I think it has some of the best shots at success, has a good, incentive structure. I got a lot of it already, so that helps to liking it. But yeah, I like Illuvium. I think it's going to do really, really well. I would say look into the platform of Polemos a little bit. Me and DCC both interviewed Sasha on our channels, one of the co-CEOs of Polemos. So yeah, I just looked that up earlier this year. But I think their platform that they're building is probably one of the best projects because they have access to so many different games. They're a platform, right? Not a game itself. So yeah, I'd say those two are probably my most interesting. And then one of the games that Polemos actually has partnered with to some extent, I don't know how deep, Big Time, right? Outside of Illuvium has basically gotten some of the most good critical acclaim as a game in crypto. And they've been doing some content together. And so yeah, it just kind of perked my interest. So I'd say look into that game as well.
There you go, man. Where do you get alpha like that? Nowhere.
Big Time alpha.
All right, so SLV. Let's see. Yo, DCC and CC. Do y'all think that we can still have a good opportunity price wise for the majority of next year if we're trying to use a small monthly DCA strategy? Yeah.
Or yeah, you might be at a break even. Let's say by the end of the year, and then from there up only.
Yeah. The thing is, I also understand some people don't have the extra money. Like all they can DCA is what they can DCA. That's it. Like, because I truly understand that because there's people they just can't save and they're not making as much and it's like small amounts and stuff. But yeah,
everything helps.
Yeah, everything helps, and that the time is your friend. And then this next year of the whole 2023 of DCAing is probably going to change your life.
Yeah, I mean we talked about this before too. Like before crypto, right? Like it took a long time to basically save more than $5K.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll just say, most people, right, if they can save, a couple $1,000s, get that into crypto, hold it for a few years, you're going to be doing, much better than where you're at right now. And then on top of that, you go and you stack knowledge over that time. And then on top of that, you get a raise in your job or your gig or whatever you're doing, make more income, use that gain in crypto to motivate you to try to get more Ethereum, right, basically. And if you get that positive feedback loop going, you're unstoppable with multiple streams of income.
Perfect.
So get that flywheel moving. You got to start the momentum first.
Got it. So Boston, living is one of the closest things we have to a dream of Ready Player One style metaverse. It's going to be a really good game with the graphics, but it's
the Atari version of the metaverse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's we're at the very, very early stage.
Yeah, it's very early to say that. I mean, now that would be cool if it did have a store where you're just in the game and you order stuff and then they deliver. Because that's the stuff that I think that where it really starts bridging the gap where you start playing games, earning money and stuff like that, and then you go to a game store and then you buy stuff and then it just gets shipped to your house.
Right.
That's when things are like, whoa, this is real. Holy crap! And then
yeah.
We're not that far off, but I think it is we're in the alpha stages of that.
Yeah, I think the adoption curve will be faster.
Yeah. And
the winners at the beginning who establish themselves will probably, as long as they have good reputations, or it'll stick around for a while.
Shout out to Joseph Monero. BitBoy hates Gala. Damn, I need to make a position now then. Is it BitBoy hates Gala?
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah. Oh, I saw that one way earlier. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
I'm way behind you. Sorry. All right. Okay. Boston Bybit. Difficulty, but there's so much money out there. You think someone would just throw together a game of dev company and actually build it instead of just marketing NFTs and shitcoins? Yeah. Well, the part. A lot of people criticize people come up with good ideas and stuff like that. People are really bad at good ideas. Like people are really terrible at like unique ideas, and they're pretty much just copy pasting everything, really.
Yeah.
For the most part. Now, innovation is hard.
Yep.
Because when you do think of something unique, like how you going to create it and stuff. So there is there's sort of catch-22 there, but yeah, most people just are lacking in imagination,
Creativity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like taking patterns and then looking at probabilities of how they will go into the future, right? Really takes that kind of critical thinking though. So yeah, if you start like trying to do it, like it's like a muscle, you just keep practicing and you get better at it.
Right. Angry Orbs official. Would you guys still recommend Solana as a blockchain to release NFTs? If not, which one?
Well, I wouldn't start there.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No ways.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, you're more likely to start on Matic more than likely, or it's gonna be Matic, or Ethereum, and so Ethereum, Matic, same thing basically.
Matic would be exactly. Matic would be smart because then you can use Ethereum as well.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. And then do we still like Solana? So I think it's got a chance of coming back, but I just want it as cheap to the floor cheap.
Exactly. Want this thing dirt cheap. If it goes under $1, oh my god.
If it's worth $1, I'm trying to buy it for $0.015 or less. Like that bad.
Yep.
Like that's how I'm treating it, like a truly shit coin. All right, let's keep going. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
That last super chat is right.
All right. Well, the super chat just skipped me to the front. Well, okay. Salvador Villalobos and stuff. What do you guys think of ISO? Oh, here we go. 222 adoption for 2025. I put as little weight into that as possible. But the thing is like, I don't know. I mean, I do have to pay attention anytime. Like there's a lot of people that are seriously like infatuated with this thing, and it's like a whole fanfic for them.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'll say the good parts about it, and then I'll say the stupid parts about it.
Okay.
So
the good parts, I have none. Anyway.
The good parts about it is I do think I've heard enough about Ripple between different Asian countries that it will be used as a way to get money, especially digital assets, around Asia, outside, not including China, right? China's going to be doing its own thing with its own central bank digital currency, right?
Right.
But like the central bank digital currency of, let's say, South Korea, Japan, and Malaysia and Singapore, right? They want to work together. If that's the case, then they might use Ripple, right? I think that could be an option, right? They might not be their only option. They might have multiple. But so I could see that happening. And so that's good for Ripple, right? Especially after its lawsuit and all that stuff. So they have enough influence in Asia, I think, to accomplish that.
Right.
Now, in terms of what Stellar, Lumens, and all these other coins, like, get out of here, trash. They haven't outpaced Ethereum in ages, and they might be good for their utility. And if so, great. I mean, so is Monero. Monero's great for utility, but I'm not going to buy it for price appreciation. I'm just going to buy Ethereum instead, right? So it's not that I don't like the coins.
But Algorand, bro.
Oh my god.
Algorand.
Don't even get me started.
Algorand, you guys.
Crypto Twitter shills, I swear.
10 years later, we're all using Algorand.
Hey.
Down bad, you guys. Down bad.
I should have noticed our Lord and Savior when he first appeared in Algorand.
Right. Kyle with the $5 super chat. Do you guys get a +1 if you buy the pass to the mansion party? And when is it again?
When is it? Basically, we're looking.
We're pretty much looking somewhere between like the end of February to the beginning of March and stuff. Now for the +1, we do have if we do that, we have to be careful limiting it because we might have so many people that it'll over capacity.
Yeah, last time we limited it to a certain amount of people, and you just bought an extra ticket basically, no discounts. But yeah, that's pretty much what we did.
Yep. Let's keep going. Don't worry, Herc, we're getting there. I'm just going back.
Yeah, and I might sound like an asshole for saying no discounts. I should probably put context to that.
Yeah.
Like, basically, the whole purpose of the party, right, is to, what do you call it? In terms of, obviously, the networking, everything is the main purpose. But in terms of, like, the cost and everything, it's no profit, like, at all. Like, we're probably going to go down some from this. But basically, we're trying to get it, make a situation so that everybody attending, basically, we all get the party paid for to some extent, or at least
Yeah.
take a little bit of the bags off of our hands. Now, the last one, we basically, it was like party a la CC and DCC, you know, so we'll see how it goes. But I just wanted to clarify that because I'm not just saying that, you know.
No soup for you. All right, Dosteezy with the $5 super chat. DCC and CC have helped me learn so much more about crypto. All my friends don't believe, but you know that they'll be saying, "Teach me how in the next bull market."
That's the one that I was saying. He got it. Yep.
Facts. Dude, hey, you know what's gonna happen, man. I mean, like, you're a soothsayer, man. You already know, dude. And that's the sad part too.
I like that feeling.
Yeah, but at the same time too, you're still like, damn, it's like.
Yeah, I wish some people would. Yeah.
Okay, here
it's gonna keep that pattern.
Yo, shout out to the Herc with the Czar 32.99. I have no idea what that is. Probably $10. Okay, what's the best play for Illuvium? Hold, buy land? Question mark.
Well, I mean, land is definitely going to do well if you're in that zone. In terms of buying the token, I mean, yeah, especially buying it where where the prices are at in the next few weeks. Great. So I would say both. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a mixture. I would probably go liquid tokens because it's easier to sell, but at the same time as well, you probably want a little bit of land, probably tier 1s and tier 2s, just mostly because that's people are going to be able to afford. And just when you buy the land, you want to buy it when Ethereum is in the shitter as much as possible. Yeah, and you got to remember to buy it actually. So
yeah, that's important.
That's important, yeah, because people will forget. I mean, I literally will forget myself too. Like, wow, I just bought Ethereum, and I was like, Illuvium land. Oh my god, yeah, I just missed the low in there. But CryptoCon man with the $5 super chat. Martin Shkreli gave SBF advice on what gang he should join in federal prison. Was the Peckerlets? Dang.
He's gonna need it.
He's gonna need it. All right, let's keep going. That's all the super chats. I think I've caught up. Let me look a little bit.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Okay, Angry Orbs, I hear that ETH is still expensive. I've done a project on Sol, and it was cheap and easier to...
Yeah, actually, I mean, I've seen projects be successful there. It's just the one thing we're thinking about, right, is risk, right? And so we're just basically like, the last thing you'd want to do is create a whole project, and then all of a sudden there's a lot of problems with Solana blockchain. You can't go forward with it in the future, you know? So, like, it's not the worst in the world, and it is actually user-friendly in that way, but... probably not the best place to start. You'd go there eventually, but it does have decent volume.
Yeah, and it's also about like sort of like access to the money and stuff like that. So, on Solana, how many people are really buying NFTs on Solana, like compared to like Matic or like Ethereum? Like the volume and like the volume. If you're gonna get discovered, you can get a lucky break. It's more than likely probably gonna be on like the Ethereum chain.
Yeah, there's arguments of people saying like bigger fish in a small pond, potentially, with Solana and stuff like that. So I kind of get like why people are going towards it because it does have a decent amount of volume. But I just would say not the place to start. Like maybe on your like third project or something like that. If you're gonna go over there.
And the thing with NFTs too, it's marketing at the end of the day.
It's all marketing.
So if you don't have more good marketing like sort of scheme and like team and stuff, and you're not really pushing and stuff like that, like if you can't make it on Solana, how are you gonna make it on Ethereum?
Yeah, and it also. The people within the ecosystem is important, so networking is really important there.
Yep. All right, so, Moon Man West, somebody get Charlie a damn button, Don DeMarco. That's funny. All right, Chief Big, let's see. I have an idea that could take the power from banks through the states. How do I present this to someone who can make it happen? I don't know. He said he has an idea how to like rug the banks. DM and show us. Like, I don't know. Yeah, man. Just yeah, man.
Which one was this?
This was Chief Big.
Okay, I'm trying to look for it. Maybe I missed that one. I can't. Right.
Yeah, I'll continue on. All right. Okay, Watchful Eye. Do you recommend getting a crypto accountant? And if so, do you know any in South Florida?
Yeah. Yes, we do. And if you want to know, DM us.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Piano Guy. Hey, guys. How you guys doing today? Pretty good, man. Great to see you again, man. All right, Adam. Between Hedron and Icosa, what will pump more between Oh, here we go. He's like, tell me the most amount of X's ever and stuff.
About to flip this coin here, DCC,
Yeah.
but if I just know which one's gonna pump more, I don't have to.
Miguel, tell me, motherfucker, tell me. Between PulseX, PulseChain, and PulseX and stuff on PHEX, which you think will pump the most? God damn it. He's like, tell me where I can optimize the X's.
All on red, sir.
If you like all of them, get a little bit of all of them. I mean, the Icosa one's easy as fuck. Icosa ain't gonna do shit until PEX bumps. So it's like, if, and then on top of that, with like then Hedron, like, and then there's also like some tailwinds for Icosa. Now the yield's really good on Icosa, but there's some tailwind on it because like, as the price goes up higher and higher, then the watts start unlocking, and then this brings supply, and then so it could actually underperform. But if you're playing the game of yielding and everything like that, you can do pretty well. But you have to play the long-term game of yielding and stuff like that, so you actually have to be pretty serious about it.
Yeah.
So it's not a very easy answer, But as long as Hex does good, then all these will do good. You'll be fine, basically. You just got to remember to hold a kind of a nice even bag of everything, if you care to. If you want to go all in, I mean, I'm just telling you, incentive token, bro. No. All right, anyway, man. Angry Orbs official, man. Man, it's 5 a.m. I just managed to get these guys, to get on with these guys. I'm tired as hell, man. Hey, it's all good, bro. Let's keep going. Okay, Aaron George. How do you see the macro recession affecting the crypto cycles? Could we keep going down for 12 months plus, or do we decorrelate from the other markets?
I already done a show on that earlier today.
Yeah, maybe you can go on to cultivatecrypto.com.
Yeah, if you go over to Cultivate Crypto on YouTube and just watch the show me and DCC did earlier today, that might answer a few of your questions. But if we did like a too long to read version, the answer is yes. But I mean, what would you say is kind of like an important highlight there that you would say is relevant to that?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of points. But...
It's not going to be like just 12 more months of down.
Right.
We're going to have some pumps. We're going to have the low, but. And if you're like if you haven't even tiptoed into anything and now you're trying to get into it, that's beautiful, But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of action in the next year and stuff like that. And then from there, in terms of like, what do we do? Do we correlate? I think at some point we do correlate, but not for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for a bit and stuff. And
and all the times Bitcoin's decorrelated. It's when people think. Again, they think binary. When it's decorrelated, it's 100% decorrelated. When it's correlated, it's 100% correlated. It's not how it works, right? So, yeah, just it is what it is.
Simba 369. I don't understand why Richard said that. Especially when PulseChain was delayed and stuff. I guess he's trying to say like I don't understand why PulseChain has been delayed.
Oh,
in terms.
Well, let's get into the saga, which is the PulseChain pre-launch.
Hit the Pepe for a second. All right, so let's just get this started. All right, so in the beginning there was RH, and it. All right, just basically what happened was, pretty much it was pretty much done. We've had like 2 test nets already. What happened was that they copied the code and they kind of made some tweaks here and there to the original Ethereum stuff, and. I'm doing a very basic, simplistic.
Yeah, you're
story.
talking about back in last spring, right?
Yeah, spring. Yeah. So basically, PulseX was done within like a couple months. PulseChain's the harder part because you have to code stuff, things, make sure contracts work and all that stuff. And they did a bunch of test nets. Things were working pretty well. It looks like we were about to launch. And then Vitalik pulls a fucking trump card and says, I'm actually launching ETH 2.0. And then what happened there is because they've now changed over to ETH 2.0, the whole chain's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And they basically had to scrap all the stuff they did on PulseChain and had to restart back over again with the Ethereum 2.0 stuff because from that point onwards and stuff, it doesn't make sense to copy off the old stuff because the old stuff they won't innovate anymore. So it's like they have to if we ever copy pasta on any like upgrade, we need to upgrade. We need to be on the same thing as Ethereum 2.0. So we're jumping from the old code over to the Ethereum 2.0 code. So it's taking a lot longer.
Yeah.
And the PulseX stuff's already pretty much done already, even now too as well. It's just they're just working over tweaks now, and then they're going to come out with the V3 testnet. Then after that, then they'll probably launch it.
Gotcha.
Now, if the low was in, or like let's just say we had the low in at in the summer and stuff, we probably would have had Pulse Chain launched already.
Yeah.
So it's this whole thing too, where there's kind of a race of like they're recoding it and stuff, which I think they'll be done within a month or so, and then from there, it's just maybe a month and a half, and then from there it's just based off of when the lows are in the market, and then and that's pretty. I think that's pretty much based off of like if they're basing it off of like the pause and stuff, it probably won't happen until after March.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Patience is key.
Patience is key. All right, let's keep going. For no reason, Martin Shkreli called Richard Hart a scammer. That was gold, though.
Oh, he actually knows. He actually mentioned him.
Yeah, he's been paying attention to crypto for a while now. But like,
yeah,
man, I heard him talk about Bitcoin and my eyes glazed over.
Well, but I also heard him talk about Bitcoin. I can't remember exactly what it was, and he was wrong. I forgot what was it that he said. It was something about like the network or something, and he just the way he phrased it, I was like, yeah, you clearly don't know how Bitcoin works, or you're just making a gross oversimplification. Probably the second one. Yeah. But like,
I mean, we forget how long he was in jail. He was in jail for a minute. You know? He was in jail for a minute, you guys.
Well, yeah, there's books, Andreas Antonopoulos, Internet of Money. You can order that one in prison, I'm sure.
With him, it was kind of weird. Like, I didn't really feel like he should have gone to jail.
Yeah, well, yeah, that whole thing was a bag of worms. I don't even know how all the details of the case, except for that he just basically screwed a bunch of people on medicine, right?
But not well. Like if you actually because I listened to his, obviously I'm listening to his side of the story, so it's going to be like.
Oh yeah, I mean I've watched some of it and stuff, and like so I hear both sides as well, but I just literally forgot like what most of it was about.
Basically, he raised the price on a medicine that almost no one uses.
Yeah, I remember that part.
To like a pretty expensive price point, but. Insurances do cover a portion of it, right. And then there's like this and this, and there's a bit of a copay or whatever. Basically, he was increasing the prices by a lot, but it made sense financially as well as it's like wasn't like affecting that many people. But the thing at the same time, it's still douchey shit to do.
Right. Well, what I would say is like, so whether he should have gotten whatever he got, I don't know, but like, should the pharma companies get treated like that? Yes. So like, I would say. Probably, he's a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, he was like a small fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
let's get a small fish and make it look like we're going after the people in this industry. And don't look at, what Pfizer's doing.
Right. I mean, the thing is, basically the thing with him is it was just like he went so overboard. Like he took it to like such a crazy price point. Where like he probably could just increased it from like I don't know $6. To 100 instead of 500. Like I think if he had not gone so fucking hard in the paint, like just gone for a 20x or some shit, like instead of a fucking like 3, 4, 5, 600x in price, I think he would have like, yeah, but does that deserve jail time, or couldn't they just shut the fuck up and lower the price point and just lower it back down to like, or like divide it by 5,
right,
and then then fuck off. Like, because I think if you're paying for medicine, it's $100 a month. I think most people can afford that. But $500, yeah, that's like a whole ass car payment, for most people and stuff. So I truly understand that. So, yeah, just a big media. And then this is the whole thing too with like that guy's. He's a smart guy, and I'm saying this very sleepy right now too. Like, but the guy's a very smart guy. But at the same time too, so he got his 15 minutes of fame, and then he just was trying to like. Squeeze it for much as to stay on top, and then he said a lot of right stuff. So when it comes to pharmaceuticals and stocks and stuff, he really knows what he's talking about. Now he has been feigning like he does know a shit ton about crypto and stuff like that, and then he just leans on wealth or
I think he's smart enough to understand how the regular financial game works, and he understands the basics of crypto for the most part. And maybe I would say he's maybe not as understanding of like he understands the culture of crypto, but not his understanding of the actual fundamentals of crypto. He probably has a broad idea of it. So I think he has enough information to do pretty well on it. But yeah, I wouldn't look at him as an authority figure at all.
No, right. And
this space.
The main thing with him is like he has the same problem that was wrong with the FTX guys. And I'm by FTX guys, I mean like there's crypto people that
same mentality.
Yeah, same mentality, which is basically that they have a love of centralized authority figures.
Right.
They love that, and that's the problem.
They come for the Wall Street game. It makes sense.
Yeah, and I get it too. It's like they want, but the thing is no one's going to be out here. It's literally like capitalism. Like literally, like if you let people do what they want to do. Now there is sometimes you do have to put things a little like the cool thing about like the space now is that we kind of can sort of see what's going on in the background now. We can sort of police each other to embarrassing people and stuff like that. But there's still a lot of fuck shit that's going on. But it's a great system and stuff. But what ends up happening, what the reason, like outside of the Luna stuff and everything, it all worked, it all collapsed, it all death spiraled how it's supposed to. But this whole FTX stuff was basically people spending your money and you're giving your coins to somebody else, so which isn't cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like the government using your tax dollars for all the missiles in Ukraine, right?
Yeah,
exactly how you intended.
But I do like the guy. I like Strelly. I like Strelly. I mean,
he's entertaining. He's
entertaining
as hell. Yeah. I like listening to him. I think he's interesting, and I do think he'll have enough of a microphone in crypto. He's gonna make a dent.
Definitely.
He might make his own coin at some point. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
of course.
That's when you know it's a top.
Yeah, he's a smart guy for sure. All right, let's keep going. Crypto Bigfoot, DCC, if you could have any celebrity on your show, who would it be? I want to know Charlie's answer too.
Any celebrity. Interesting question. The real Satoshi Nakamoto. That's what I want.
I don't know. I guess a celebrity. Let me think.
I'm 100% serious on my answer with that.
Satoshi?
Serious, bro. I'll take Satoshi. He's famous as fucking. Like, nobody knows who the hell, so I can get Satoshi on my show. You can come anonymous. I'll still interview him.
You know the sad part? This is true, though. Like, I mean, I've been a Kanye West fan forever.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to have Kanye.
Dude, that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't got the answers, Miguel.
Well, here'd be the interesting part with that is like, you start, basically talking about crypto stuff or whatever, and you just like start educating him, and then just be interesting to see kind of like where his thoughts go on crypto at the beginning. He might have some pretty creative ideas on how to like utilize NFTs or stuff like that. So he could probably use his creativity pretty well once he understands like the basics of the game.
I'm just telling you guys, he has gone so hard in the paint. This next album is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just waiting, man. A lot is writing on this next album, you guys.
Somebody in the chat said, "You mean the real Satoshi? You mean Craig Wright?"
Oh my god.
Well, apparently, he got what was it? Peter McCormick has to pay his legal fees, but then at the same time, he lied so much during the court proceedings that basically he only gets $1 or £1.
Damn.
That's fucking hilarious.
All right, Alex Santos, thoughts on sand? Yeah, it's a great token. The main thing is like you got a lot of major celebrities kind of endorsing it. They're still supporting it right now. Snoop Dogg still likes it and stuff. So I think it's gonna be a market leader for at least this cycle. And then if it just doesn't innovate, then eventually it'll fall off.
Yeah,
but it should be fine for the cycle. All right, let's keep going. Okay, how much are you two big whale guys going to shove into the market when the real crash happens and the capitulation wick stabs down to the bottom finally?
Almost everything, including the kidneys in the kitchen sink.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's back up that truck time if we get it.
A lot.
Yep.
A lot. All right, let's keep going.
Majority.
I can't wait for Mashinsky reorg. It should be comedic. Wow. I heard some. Now this is hearsay. I heard some weird stuff. Like Mashinsky got caught trying to leave the country.
Really?
And then he was like forced back or something like that.
I heard that a while back. I didn't hear that recently.
I mean, I saw it like yesterday morning.
Okay, so, maybe he's tried multiple times.
Dang.
Yeah.
Israeli can't get out, man. Yikes.
Yeah. The difference between here's a joke.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know if it's funny or not. What's the difference between Mashinsky and Sam Bankman-Fried?
What?
Mashinsky has better lawyers. Is that funny? I don't even know if that's funny. That's maybe just sad.
Oh, man. Dang. Down bad, you guys.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Joseph Monero, DCC. Who initiates Bitcoin's pump? Is it institutional collusion on agreeing to throw money into Bitcoin? It probably has more to do with the Fed more than anything. In terms, it's all about like there's so much money. It's more just bigger player retail. It's retail and then it's kind of a mix of everything. It's basically whales in every category from like retail whales to like actual whales and stuff and actual like institutions. There's a ton of capital. I mean, you look on Coin Market Cap and stuff like that, or Coin Gecko, in terms of stable coins and stuff, and how much money is just in the top 2 stable coins. You've got Tether with $66 billion, and you've got USDC with $44 billion.
And so that's about 100 and then 110. And then how about Binance BUSD?
BUSD another 17 billion.
Okay, there you go.
So yeah, about 120 billion dollars. The total market cap of crypto right now is $846 billion. Now that's basically 1/8 of it, right? But if you really look at it, right, like if most of that money started getting really allocated into the space and stuff, it isn't like the prices just go up 14%. It goes up like multiples up. And then when you get those multiples, you get that sort of thing. It also draws in more capital as well because people get greedy and they're like, oh my God, I'm going to miss the train. And this is what really kickstarts it off.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Let's keep going. All right, Hex Toshi, what's up, bro? Give us all the answers to passive income.
Work hard.
Yeah, work hard.
Not the passivist of income.
Yeah. You can build somewhat passive income, but it's still work.
You should have multiple streams of income. You should have 1 or 2 main streams of income that takes work to put in. So don't quit your goddamn day job, right? Unless you have a better day job coming, or you have something to replace it, right? And then work on your passive streams of income to the side of it. And I think that's probably what he means. I'm taking it probably too literally, but it's one of these things where it's just I think he wants you to say stake hex, but
I won't do it, sir. You ain't doing it.
buy liquid and trade pulse. No.
How do you create passive income? We'll create a business, make your money there, put it into investment and stuff like that. But even then, like, you can only grab from it at certain times anyway.
Yeah. It's just find different ways to create value.
Yeah. Okay, J. Lou with the $20 super chat. Join Crypto Mindset course Q3. Made my buyback within a few weeks. Any news on Icosa? Yeah, man. I mean, the yield's really high right now. It's not bad and stuff like that. But as time goes on, you are having more of the larger stakers that staked earlier on and during the beginning starting their stakes to come out. So within the next 100 days, you're just going to have more and more supply come online. And then the price is going to be fluctuating a lot. I mean, obviously, when we were looking at it maybe even a month or so ago, it was $1, and now it's in like the 40-cent range, 30-cent range. So, yeah, it's kind of gone down to where we said it's going to go down, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to 18 cents. Yeah, it will find a floor, but it kind of needs Hex to pump.
Yeah.
But there you go, man. Hey, J. Lou, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the $20 super chat. Let's go to the next super chat. The world is yours. Okay, here we go. The world is yours. $50 super chat. I'm ashamed. This is my 5th or 6th course. Go around the crypto mindset course. I barely attended and watched the webinars. Dang. I need to get serious about crypto. I know what's best way to get wealthy. Stop chasing women and study. I gotta get it at midnight. All right. Hey. Oh, I gotta get my mind right. My bad. Gotta get my mind right. Yeah, man. I mean, what do we say and stuff like? It's usually chasing coochie. And then money. I mean, guys toggle switch all the time. So, but it looks like you really want get the coochie instead of. But it's
probably bored of it. It sounds like. I mean, one of the things I would say is like he's probably trying to put his mind right in the right frame of mind going into the new year, right? So, I mean, if he wants to, I think if he hasn't focused enough on the material, right? Like, hey, man, like. Divide up what you think is the most important in terms of what you've missed and divide up how many hours it is and then go through it. We have timestamps on the videos as well, just FYI, for all the recorded videos from the course, all the stuff that was live that then became recorded videos. We have timestamps for all that, so then you can go directly to those sections of the course as well. So
oh Jesus, he went to jail for his hedge fund. He told them that there was money when there wasn't. And then he tried to make them whole with his money. That's why he broke the law. Got it. Dang. So, dude, there's a lot of people doing fuck shit with hedge funds, man.
Yeah.
And just private funds, people. That,
yeah, and in the centralized world as well, just as much. Yeah.
Well, at least he tried to make them whole with his own money. But did he do that just because he got caught?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Sam Bankman-Fried, you can't trust this guy at all. At all. I mean, there was what he said he had like $10,000 to his name or something. Like, oh, I'm so down so bad, like I can't even have a $10,000 credit card.
Yeah.
Well, he said he had $100,000. Then before that, he said like I don't even have $10,000 credit card. So basically, he's saying he didn't have less than $10,000. Right. And then he turns up with $250 million bail. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm all in real estate, passive income, you guys. Passive income, you guys. Yeah. All right, let's see. Boston Bybit. I'm saving up so much capital to fire off into the Hex ecosystem tokens when the snapshot is announced, but I'm not exactly sure which of the tokens pumps the hardest. It must be Icoso or Hedron, right? I mean, initially it's gonna be Pulse Chain, dude. But the thing is like you can't like everyone's like, all right, I'm gonna be in all of them. But like for real though, tell me like which one's pumping the hardest. And there's gonna be a lot of that sort of stuff. But the thing is just positioning yourself correctly, and just have like it's just having the optionality, having liquid Icosa, maybe have some staked. Then from there have some Hedron, maybe have some Hedron staked if you want the yield and stuff like that. And it's all just about having your stake bags and your liquid bags. Yeah, and having a balance and being comfortable with that balance because. At one point, like your coins come out unlocked and everything's pumping, and you're like, man, I'm a stud. I timed that perfectly. But for most of the time, it's going to be like, fuck, my coins are locked in there. No, and it's like, damn it. And that happened to a lot of people. Like there's people who missed the entire run because they were timing the market. Yep. And they were staking their coin. This whole thing's like, well, Miguel, I'm going to skip this year. Bro, I heard so many people saying they were going to skip 2021. Because they thought the tops were going to be in 2020. Yeah. Because like we were all in 2019 and we couldn't imagine the bull market not being like fully topped out by 2020. Yeah. And what happened, like it didn't even end until like the end of 20. I mean, if realistically, you could even argue really like in terms of altcoins that like in January of 2022. Yeah, that's when like some narratives in terms of what do you call it, super cycles started coming up, right? Because people are like, oh shit, it's continuing longer than we expected, in terms of time, but it didn't go up in price as much as we expected. Oh, here's an interesting question, Daniel Day. Do you think Polkadot will outperform Kusama in the next bull market? Probably not. I mean, they're positioned in the way they are with each other, so that what do you call it, limit and supply wise. That Kusama should basically outperform it like Ethereum does Bitcoin. Right. But hey, we'll see. Okay. Boston, Boston's got a lot of questions, man. Woo! The most pumpable Hex derivative is the one of those coins, Maxi, aren't they? Surely there's... Wait, what? Surely there are more shit coins on Pulse that will pump harder. Well... Okay, I'm gonna clean up your message basically because it was kind of unfair to Maxi and stuff and all this stuff. But basically, like current, like in terms of all these pump, like it's all like if Hex isn't pumping and stuff like that, and then the hype of the initial launch is over, then the hype's gonna die down, of course, right? But then Hex pumps, and then you're like, whoa, I need to get into these things because it's right. And then on top of that, right, like we've said this, like we were saying this in the course, and we were saying this before the course started. Like we can only really DCA and get into things that currently exist now. The market's down so bad, most people are not funding companies very often. There is a lot of funding in private, but most people will not have access to any of that sort of stuff. So it's a sort of thing that you can only really get into projects that already exist today. A year from now, there will be new coins that launch, and then we could be talking about those new coins. But until we have bottoms and the coins do multiples, that the new coins aren't there, so like you can't invest into nothing that doesn't exist yet. So you have to kind of play with what you have to play with. Yep. Yeah. Hope that made sense. Let's keep going. I'm gonna scroll down to the next super chat. Okay, David Walsh with $20 super chat. How much do you guys see Hex price pumping when the snapshot is announced? Charlie? To infinity and beyond. I have no idea, to be honest. In terms of like, what would you want to see? You have to go to coins that have, there's a lot of coins that basically can have similar aspects to them, but
they might not have the same macro situation around them when they start. Like, there's so many factors, right?
Yeah.
I would say anybody who says like, "Hey, I know what price Pulse Chain's going to come out at, and exactly how many X's it's going to do, and then how it's going to dump, and the whole thing exactly to the T." Roughly, I think is fine, but to the T makes no sense at this point. But I think we can get some guesstimates in terms of like looking at previous coins and histories and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see when the time comes. But I wouldn't mind, something along the lines of, 3, 4, 5x, off the bat. I'll take it.
Yeah, it can do a nice pump and stuff. But the thing is, the lower the hex price, the lower the fucking price it can get to.
Yeah. Well, and look at Hex's early launch, right? Go back, look at the chart, and see kind of how that goes. It's not like it will do the exact same, but it, could be somewhat similar.
If I was, well, let me think. I think 13 on a shitty day to like maybe 20 at the most cents. I mean, if it was like we're launching snapshots here, Blue, and like the whole launch thing, this is incredible. It's gonna launch. Everyone's super happy. It's just like how down we are. I mean, it's just a long trek up. Like I think it there's no way it wouldn't get back up to like low teens.
Are you talking about Hedron now?
No, I'm talking about the hex price.
Oh, Hex.
Yeah,
okay. I thought you were talking about Pulse.
No, is it how much do you see the hex price pumping?
Oh, that's a different question. God damn, I thought you said Pulse.
I think we're a little tired. I think you guys.
God damn, yeah. We did the course and then we took a couple days off and then
not even really.
Then we've done a lot of yeah.
We didn't even take any days off.
I thought you said Pulse. That's why I was like, okay, now it's a totally different answer. Jesus Christ. All right, say it again.
Okay.
I answered for Pulse.
Hit the Pepe. All right.
Give me some Red Bull, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I know, Jesus, right? David Walsh said with the $20 super chat, how much do you see the hex price pumping when the snapshot is announced?
Okay, gotcha. Not like, yeah. Where the fuck is my mind at? So I don't know. I just want to think about how many X's Pulse is going to do. That's probably what I've been daydreaming of,
Yeah.
But Hex, yeah, like you said, somewhere around, the teens to low 20s,
I mean, it's going to be like it's like now there's like another pre-pump, so it's like once the V3 is announced and then launches, people are like, oh my god, V3, my fucking pussy, what?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like that.
The biggest area of resistance is gonna be 28 cents. If it gets anywhere close, like I don't think it would go up that high, but if it even tried to, like that would be a great area to take profit because I think basically during the sacrifice phase for Pulse X. That was a kind of psychological barrier area. Yeah.
So there you go. But it's because right now it's basically almost at 2 cents flat. It's at 2.3 cents. Let's just say the V3 thing maybe it takes it to 4 to 6, and then from there, then the Pulse Chain snapshot's going to be announced, and then it'd be like teens. I'd say teens from there. But I mean, if things get crazy, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean. But that's kind of what I'm seeing right now.
And I got 2 answers for the price of one. How about that?
There you go, David Walsh. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it, man. All right, let's see. Eric Richardson with the $2 super chat. How much do you rely on-chain analysis for exiting? Interesting.
I would say the question, I would change the question and not with the word rely, right? So I would say you don't rely on it because for entering and exiting trades. Essentially, the reason why is because some of the data is delayed, right? But it can help to basically sharpen what you're looking at. So if you looked at kind of what we talked about on the show we did earlier today on my channel, right? Essentially, we talked about fundamental analysis on the macro markets plus a little crypto. Then we did TA on crypto. Then we did on-chain data. And kind of like in that order, right? Because I would say like you want to know, okay, what's the narrative that's going around globally? What's actually, moving the market? How's liquidity performing? Then what do the charts say on that? What's the psychology around that? How are people reacting? Then, going over to basically on-chain data for Bitcoin specifically, right? And finding out, okay, how is Bitcoin reacting to all this? and then going over to sentiment after that, and just kind of seeing, okay, generally speaking, how are people feeling about this, right? So I would go in that order. And so once you get to on-chain data, how much do you rely on it, right? You got to know what its limitations are and what its positives are. So yeah, I got to play around with it a bit for that. But I would say it's a segment of, fine tuning.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, all right. Global security executive with the $20 super chat. What's the ideal amount of hedge fund to keep liquid to have a nice return? Well, that's all. That's all preference, but
Well, and it's all relative to how
Yeah.
much you're looking to get. What's your goal? What would make an impact on your life?
right. Ideal amount of hedge fund. It'd probably be something. Well,
Think back to our 2017 selves.
yeah. It'd probably be something like. Now, if I say this number, everyone's be like, "Oh my God, that's so stupid. The number should be higher or lower." Wow, it's probably like 40% staked, something like that. Just you get a nice decent yield on it, and I'd probably just would like, yeah, I think that would be pretty good. I mean, like just stake it and just earn the yield off that. You don't really get the yield until the end of it, and then from there, the leftover you can just take advantage of pumps and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you can use it for HSIs if you like as well.
Yeah, and you got to determine, what that percentage is going to be based on yourself.
All right, Eric Richardson, man. With the Cosmos gaining a lot of attention, do you guys think projects like Juno will pump more from lower price points?
We won't know until we start forming a bottom and start coming off of it. Once we start coming off a bottom, we'll see how they react to the rest of the market. Right? They haven't pumped yet.
Boston by a bit. Martin Shkreli would be cool. By the way, he would be a fun guest on the show.
That would
if you
be
ever
fun.
made friends with him someday. I would love to. Like I do like the guy. He just said some like very strange comments about Bitcoin. It was very like out of I was surprised for a guy like that because he'd been in crypto for a while too as well. He's made money on it, but it was like it's a very like just like it's pretty much going to. Damn near he was almost saying like it's going to go to zero and going to lose relevancy.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I was like, it was very strange. Like I never would have expected him to say something like that. It was really weird.
Well, part of me kind of wonders like, does he have an angle on crypto, or is he like purely coming at it from an individual's perspective? That's what I would want to know. And if he is coming at it from a purely individual's perspective, that would be an interesting take. But I would say that kind of leads me to believe that he wants Ethereum to succeed, right? And so maybe he's Ethereum maxi. I don't know. It would be interesting to hear what his opinion is on that.
Yeah. Okay, Jay Lou with the $20 super chat. Will Matic phase out Ethereum? No. What do y'all think about Crow? I'll start this right now. Matic is not going to pass up Ethereum in market cap.
Yeah,
that's not
I've never bought Crow, and I don't have any future plans on buying Crow. That's my opinion on it.
For me, it's a wait and see.
Yeah, I like the exchange. I hope they succeed.
Yeah, but but that's the thing. It's based on the exchange.
Yeah.
Will it survive?
Yes.
If it doesn't survive, then it dies.
Yep.
Yep. So right now
we're
not touching any exchange tokens, anything like that. It's just too much of a risk right now. There's too many good coins that doesn't matter what happens in the market. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, and with an exchange right now, you want to look at both their revenue along with their liquidity.
Right.
Right. If you can get those two for Crypto.com bits of information, that will help you decide whether it's undervalued or not.
Let's keep going. I think I've gotten the part where they're laughing at us for getting me tired. Oh my god.
For misunderstanding the entire question.
Yeah, Karn. Yeah, DCC. Thoughts on Uniswap letting people buy crypto via bank card and bank account? So basically, Uniswap is kind of rugging some of the centralized exchanges a little bit. Now you still have to go full KYC. Sure, and it's another look. These are just tools. It's just another avenue to get money in.
Yep.
I'll sign up for it. I'm fully. I almost said vaccinated. Yeah, shut up.
That's about what KYC is in crypto. Yeah.
Yeah, vaccinated. Yeah, I'm vaccinated, you guys. Yeah.
Fully KYC to crypto guys.
Right, but in terms of like, but at the end of the day, like, it's just I probably sign up to it. Have it as available as an option, and I just want the most amount of options possible.
Yeah,
that's it. But everyone's like people are acting like it's just a game changer. It's gonna change the world, or like you understand. Like, nah, bro, it ain't gonna change nothing. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Funny sleep deprivation, dank stream. Let's keep going. I think I saw one more super chat in here somewhere. Oh, I think we caught up to the super chats.
Oh,
Do we really?
I don't know.
Hey, yeah, thank you for all the super chats, man. Cool. Let's keep. I'll probably go on for just a little bit longer and stuff. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, the most recent question by Red Cape Sports was kind of interesting on Cardano's blockchain Meld.
Meld.
What are your thoughts on Meld? The one thing I thought about Meld was just because like Cardano's ecosystem's right still being built out. It's the only thing. What was it? It was the October of last year. I think when we were going towards the top, like Meld was the only thing that was being built on Cardano that was like investable soon in the future. So maybe it has a shot, but I would wait again for something like that to see kind of how it performs and how it, if they actually build anything that people use or anything like that. So yeah, it's hard to say right now, but I am bullish that Cardano will build more of an ecosystem this bull market than it did previously because it kind of has to.
It will.
Yeah.
All right, Hex Toshi. V3 announcement for Hex is a 5x to 12 cents. Pulse chain launch is a 3x 36 cents. Full bear market and another 3x is another full on bull market is another 3x at $1.08. I think it's all possible, but the thing is the thing is that I think there's two things you kind of miscalculated there. Personally, I think is that you don't realize how bearish and how like down bad people are. And like pumps are just super limp dicked right now.
Yeah.
Now, if there's ever a coin that will surprise me, and it would just, and I would not really even surprise me if there's ever a coin out here that can pump crazy, it would be Hex, right?
Or Pickle Finance.
Or
no. I mean,
what,
think about this. This might be an interesting angle.
What?
Are there any other crypto, what do you call it, leaders of coins or whatever that are still in the hiding that basically haven't talked for several months? If so, then as soon as they come out, there might be, some move on that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I forgot who's
Daniele.
No, he just came out with the Pickle Finance stuff or Popsicle Finance.
Popsicle Finance. Yeah.
But like, there's some others that are still lurking. I'm sure I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of brainstorm on that. But in terms of where do I see it? In terms of that, it's just basically like here. Let me just sorry, I don't got my own thing. Yeah, so basically in terms of like I think it'll be a little bit less. I don't think we go straight to 12 cents off the V3 announcement and stuff without unless it takes a couple things like V3 and like you guys better play around with like if Richard's like because Pulse Chain's launching next month or something like it or like, it has to be something, but I don't think he will do. He'll because he's not trying to have people front run and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So it'll be a nice pump. I think we just get back to the 4 to 6 cent range and chill there for a little bit, and then once that's announced, then we can maybe rock it up from there.
Yeah.
But like, I think the V3 thing is still gonna be really price positive, but it's not gonna be like, holy fuck, we fucking 5x.
Yeah.
And in terms of math, man, shit, we could go to $2, maybe we go to $5. Hey, peak of bull markets. I mean, you never know what happens in a bull market. It could really go crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Let's see. Charles said he entertained Solana being on ADA sidechain in the future.
I saw that. I love it.
That's funny as hell. We'll take it. Sure, why not? All right, let's see. Meld's debit card is partnering with Acrylis, cold storage, and much more interoperability. That's good, though, but here's the problem that I'm having with that. Now, for the most part, people don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm being honest, like
outside of the crypto, outside of Cardano's community,
right? And I don't think it's really going to move the needle. Now, it is useful for people in the community. Now they can spend their crypto. Great, that's cool. Now, if we look at the rest of it, right there, the cold Acrylis, the cold storage, and so much interoperability. Basically, they have to compete against Trezor and Ledger, and they're not going to compete against them at all. So it's a nothing burger. Now, is it nice? Yeah.
Well, it's better than not having it.
Yeah, it's really cool, and there's some cool things with that. But it's just like what I'm seeing. It isn't like Apple just partnered like Apple just partnered with Melt and stuff like that, and they're coming out with their own like.
It's very common crypto news for different ecosystems that is like, yay.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're doing stuff and it's cool, and like having a debit card's really nice. But there is like a post that I saw recently. Every time a crypto company ends up putting a debit card or a credit card, they're pretty much companies that go down bad pretty soon. So it is something that is like a kind of a terrible pattern that like anytime a company does do that, that means that they're just like they're really desperate to get user funds on the protocol. That means that they might be in trouble or have like liquidity issues.
Yeah, I would say it's better to
Yeah.
start thinking that way first, and then to basically try to protect yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Red Cape Sports, I agree. My thought is that the level of security. Yeah, of course. No. Yeah, we're not shitting on Cardano. I like Cardano. Trust. It's just we have to
I mean, we did say positive things, but I think sometimes people when they hear like kind of what
right.
get some surprised a little bit.
Okay, let's keep going.
A lot of questions coming in at the end. That's interesting.
Definitely. Which has the highest gain potential? Pulse Chain, Hex, Ethereum from 2023 bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's multiple ways to look at it, right? Some ways to look at it are, I would say the simplest way to look at it is just buy Ethereum.
Yeah.
And then, find when coins that you like will outpace it, right?
Gotcha.
But Ethereum's, gonna do you well the majority of the time.
Definitely, man. Well, Charlie, where can people follow you, Charlie?
They can follow me at Cultivate Crypto on the YouTube, as well as Twitter and Instagram. So
Yep.
Cultivate Crypto on all platforms. So make sure to go over to there, Cultivate Crypto on YouTube, and subscribe. Like the recent video, watch the most recent one with me and Miguel, make a comment, and I'll be looking at those probably maybe today or tomorrow and trying to respond to some. So yeah.
Well, beautiful, man, you guys, man. I will be announcing on Twitter when we'll be having the next stream, but we will be traveling for the holidays and stuff like that. So we will have some pre-recorded content coming out and stuff that you guys haven't seen before, and much more, as well as maybe, just maybe, a New Year's stream.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
No promises.
Well, with that, you guys, thank you so much for joining us and stuff like that, and then peace, man.